हाँ स्ट्रीमिंग स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं। मैं यहाँ से एक अभी वीडियो ऑन करें अपनी नहीं यार वो हाँ ओके ठीक है लूप में डाला इसको डाल दिया मैं तेरे डाल नशे कर दे incoming call is not available on this number गलत नंबर लेके अबे उससे लिया है मैंने उससे गौरव से गौरव का मेंटर है रुको सर रुको ये YouTube देखो YouTube से वो तो आ गया लिंक भेज अबे मैंने अमित YouTube चेक कर YouTube 6 बजे ज्वाइन करना है लास्ट टाइम कब बात हुई थी मैं लास्ट टाइम मेल पे भरा अबे वो जितने लौंडे वेट कर रहे हैं एडमिट करो ना उनको मेल का इनविटेशन भेजा था एडमिट तो कर रहे हैं ब्रो बट YouTube पे तेरा ये आ रहा है क्या आ रहा है क्या मैं नहीं आऊंगा पूरे जो पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं नहीं पार्टिसिपेंट नहीं आएंगे स्क्रीन आएगी सर मैं क्या बोल रहा तुम में से अब किसी का गामा का लॉगिन है क्या उसे एक बार मेल भेज दो उससे करो क्योंकि मैं भेजूंगा तो मेरा स्क्रीन शेयर है वो भी तो रोक देना एक बार क्या होगा ब्रो मैं तो कर दूंगा एक बार रोक दे शेयरिंग रोक दे अब नहीं पूरी स्क्रीन शेयर हो गई ध्यान दे तो वो जूम इन कर देगा अब वो दिख गई तेरी टास्क तो मैं बोल रहा हूं कि पूरे दिख रहा है फिर ये पूरे पार्टिसिपेंट वाले हैं यहां पे हां यार वो कुछ नहीं हो सकता ओ भाई अरे फुलफिल नहीं होता है अबे नहीं होता है इसमें होता है YouTube पे भी एक ही जाता है लिंक से फॉरवर्ड कर भाई देखिए और इसमें तेरा टीम तो सही आ रहा है कुछ भी कुछ अरे ये जो पार्टिसिपेंट क्रॉस अरे जो भी शेयर कर पार्टिसिपेंट क्रॉस कांटेक्ट नंबर हां वो कर सकता है वो ऊपर ला देना ऊपर कौन शेयर कर रहा है तू ना ये पार्टिसिपेंट क्रॉस कर इधर आगे कर तूने जो इधर आगे कर ले मैं उधर से मैं बोल रहा तूने जो नंबर शेयर किया है ना हिमांशु का YouTube पे क्या चल रहा है हेलो उस वो यार इनकमिंग अवेलेबल न्यूज़ पर हेलो अबे साला मजे ले लो पहले ये ना बहुत मन बढ़ रहा है सारे डाई करा हुआ सारे चेहरे डाल पे अबे उसमें मैं क्या करूंगा भाई उसका होगा एक काम कर शेयरिंग बंद कर और फटाफट उसको मेल डाल मेल और मेल एटलीस्ट डाल देना चल मेल डालता हूं ऑफ कर रहा हूं अरे वो बंदा मेरे पहले तो आ जाता है ठीक है ना अबे ये तो तू स्ट्रीम में तो अपनी विंडो शेयर किया ना तूने तो वो तुझे ही मैनेज वही मैं कर रहा हूं मेरे से कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा हां स्ट्रीम में ब्रो तू तो कल क्रॉप कर रहा है वो हो सकता है मैं स्टॉप कर रहा हूं अभी ये वीडियो कर दे भाई जो भी करना है 5 मिनट हो गए मेल कर दो उसको ये स्क्रीन शेयर पूरी हो रही है क्या नाम है ऑफ कर दूंगा तू धीरे से क्लास में पता नहीं 82 लोग हो गए भाई कोई नहीं भाई साहब तारीफ करेंगे बढ़िया था इनका इवेंट तो तारीफ करेंगे बोल रहा हूं कर दिया तूने बोला नहीं अभी तक कुछ अबे YouTube पे मेरा वो दिख रहा है क्या अभी देख रहा था हां तो चेंजेस कर रहा है भाई ये चेंजेस कैसे होंगे ये पूरा हटेगा कैसे अबे तू कल ओबीएस में चेंज कर रहा था ना क्रॉप करके क्रॉप तो कर रहा था मैं लेकिन क्या है कि पूरा बाहर भाग जाएगा यार एक काम करते हैं तो स्ट्रीमिंग रोक पूरा टीम्स दिख रहा है आई नो मेरा टीम्स दिख रहा है भाई गाल कर अबे तू अब कुछ ना बोल भाई लाइक कर लो एटलीस्ट यार लिंक तो दे भाई अरे लिंक मेरे साथ भाई बैठ भाई YouTube में आ प्लीज भाई अबे या तो ऐसा तो होता ही है सर या तो वीडियो चलती रहे अबे भी इनको यार वेटिंग इन द लॉबी इनको हटवा भाई मैं बार-बार कट कर रहा हूं इसको क्रिकेट के भी ज्वाइन नहीं किए
पता है
इसको भाई लाल दिखा रहा है ये ऑनलाइन ये पहले से मीटिंग में साला
हेलो हेलो अरे मैं कह रहा तेरे पे हिमांशु का कोई और कांटेक्ट नंबर है क्या? अरे वो पता नहीं उसमें आ रहा है इनकमिंग इज नॉट अवेलेबल ऐसा कुछ तो भाई कुछ है तो देख
ऐसा कह रहा हूँ बंद करके
नहीं आया अभी इसमें ये चेक करते हैं ना मीट में तो है कहीं वो मीट में हो हम लगे पड़ेंगे वो लॉबी में वेट कर रहा है
अबे व्यू लॉबी करो भाई ये बेंच मेरे पर क्यों आ रहा है ये नोटिफिकेशन बार बार
ये मानसू कौन सा है भाई
गौरी
नहीं यार अभी मीटिंग में तो नहीं है ये मुझे नहीं
स्टूडेंट एकेडमी कर रहा है
नहीं लॉबी में नहीं होना चाहिए बात ही तो
चल ले भाई कर ले भाई
एक काम कर भाई बता
भाई लॉबी में चेक करना भाई भैया
हां
लॉबी में चेक करना
लॉबी में नहीं है ब्रो
अबे लॉबी में
लॉबी में चेक करो
हम सबको एडमिट कर रहे लॉबी में बता एक को भी नानी बोला बेटा
एडमिट ऑन
नहीं वैसे भी डिजाइन होने वाली
बस ये ब्रो आज लास्ट है
नहीं हम जाके साइन लेने वाले हैं
घंटा
क्या
स्टार्ट
करने का
डिसॉल्व क्यों हो रही है
कुछ काम तो नहीं है बनाई क्यों यार
चल मैं वापस से वीडियो प्ले करूंगा
2020 में कोई फाउंडर था ना 2020
एक बार
उसको कॉल करना हिमांशु को
अबे नहीं है ना इसका भी
नहीं इसी से कॉल करना
टीम से
हां तूने उसको मेल पे भेजा
वैसे मेल भेज दिया अरे वो भी तो लगता है ना भाई कि 6 बजे का टाइम है उसे 4 मिनट पहले ज्वाइन करा
हां
हाँ तो सही है ना उसको भी तो समझना चाहिए भाई इवेंट है करो और
ये दीदी को तो बोल कोई तो आए भाई कोई तो आए कोई तो अबे देखे टीचर्स तो भी आ गए उनको भी हमने बैठाएंगे
मैं देखता हूँ कौन कौन टीचर
पहले प्रोफेसर्स को बुला लिया
हाँ भाई मैं तो नहीं नोटिस मिस हुई थी
भाई तू कॉल कर हमारा देखो
और उसका नाम क्या है
देवाव्रत
देवव्रत राकेश भी है ना
हां
राकेश वर्मा भाई आप तो जरा टॉयलेट सुनना कहाँ है भाई अटेंडेंस में है ना राकेश वर्मा
अरे प्रेम
मैं तो बना भाई मैं उसे सुना दो
अबे तुम में से भी कोई बना सकता है उसको क्योंकि तुम सबको वो बना कर दिया हमने प्रेम का देखो एक बार
मेरे प्रेजेंटर कर दो ना इसको
उसका राकेश वर्मा ना
डॉक्टर राकेश वर्मा ना
हां
इसको प्रेजेंटर कर दो
बना दिया
और ये कौन सा एक और कौन सा
देवव्रत
मीटिंग
मीटिंग
नोटिस मिस मीटिंग नहीं रिक्वेस्ट तो ज्वाइन करता हूँ इसको
हां
करूँ क्या
हां अबे हिम्मत आते हो
हिम्मत तो भाई बंद पड़ी है 2 मिनट बचे हैं भाई मेरे पूरे पास
अरे ठीक है कौन सा ऐसा शार्प छेत्री जरूरी है
अबे यार उसको स्कॉलर से नंबर मांग क्या बोल रहा है वो और उसको मेल कर दे भाई सर आ जाओ
मेल तो कर दिया इसने
देवव्रत आ गई मेल कर चुका हूं
मैं क्या करूंगा
तो
अभी भी मांग के
अब तुम साले वीडियो चला
अबे छोड़ भाई तो ये कौन भेजा था
भाई हिमांशु को बुलाओ यार
कर
भगवान सरकारे वो
तुम कुत्ते नहीं
से बोला डायरेक्ट नहीं बोल सकता आगे दे
ये वैसे डाल दिया
हां
अभी एक ही मतलब
आगे
यस वीडियो चला वीडियो चला दो
अबे करो ना उसको बोलो ऐश्वर्या को
अब ऐश्वर्या को बोल दो तो वीडियो चला ना मैं बोल रहा हूँ
तू भाई तो शांति रखो बस हिमांशु आ चुका है ठीक है
उसको पैनलिस्ट बना दो
अरे मैं दोनों काम नहीं कर सकता कैसे करूंगा अभी वीडियो चला के पैनलिस्ट कैसे बना
मैं बनाता हूँ ना परेशान मत हो मैं भी नहीं बना सकता मेरी स्क्रीन शेयर
चाहिए था अच्छा
वो कर देगा ना
वो है भूलिया
मेरे को तो एक आवाज़ सीक्रेट
रुको 2 मिनट अबे भूलिया भाई तू काम के आईडी से लॉगिन करके रख
Hi, good evening.
शुरू कर दिया
Yeah. Hi, good evening, sir.
कैसे नहीं
कैमरा ऑन करो
Good evening, everyone. I, on behalf of the entire Gamma Forum, welcome you all to the Analytics Conclave under the banner of Avartan, NITI's annual business festival. I also extend a warm welcome to our guest of honor, Mr. Himanshu Gowri. He is currently a partner at PwC India and has an enriching experience of more than 20 years across different geographies with various clients and has been exposed to multiple cultures. It is our immense pleasure to have
कर
you
दिया
here with
बंद
us, sir. And we are really, really grateful that you took time out of your
इसका
busy
अब
schedule
YouTube पे बाद
to
में आएगा
deliver this session.
YouTube पे नहीं टीम्स पे दिखा रहा है
So we all know that artificial
ठीक है
intelligence,
शायद हो
machine
गया
learning, data
हाँ
analytics are all the buzzwords these days,
बंद है ना
especially after COVID,
ये पॉज
which
है
was a tough year indeed for all of us, both professionally and personally. Having worked for decades with multiple clients, Mr. Gowri holds an
अबे यार ये
extensive
हुरिया क्या कर
AI,
रहा
ML, and analytics
हुरिया
experience. He has demonstrated excellence in business analytics applications for clients where he has never failed to deliver up to customer expectations. And not just that, his peers describe him as a technical resource who is an efficient team player and a leader with a great business acumen. And I believe all these are the key ingredients for a
चेक
successful
करेगा कुछ
leader and manager, especially for us, the emerging managers and leaders of the country. And hence, we, the students of NEETI, are really excited and curious to hear straight from you, sir, more specifically about AI/ML use cases in the manufacturing industry.
किसको ऐड करना
I
है
would also like to
मेरा
welcome
ऐड मत
our
करता
faculty
यार
members, Professor Hema Date, Professor in charge of Gamma Forum and Dean Alumni Affairs, Professor Devrata Das, Professor in charge of Gamma Forum, and Professor Rakesh Verma, Professor Analytics and Data Sciences Department at NEETI Mumbai. So without any further ado, we will proceed with the session. And over to you, Himanshu, sir.
Thank you very much, Aishwarya, and thank you very much, Niti, for
यहाँ रही
inviting
ऐड
me. Thank you very much to all the professors who are on the call today, taking their time out of their busy schedules and managed to join this session. Uh, Thanks to few of your colleagues who actually kind of I believe have done internship with PwC, and I had a privilege to work with few of your peers when they were there with us in the in PwC. Without much delay, I would like to first skip you guys with some of the learnings which I have kind of gained as part of my career,
अमित
and from the onset of my career, I was kind of
अबे इसमें
fortunate
देख
enough
नीचे
to be in the space of data.
अमित स्क्रीनशॉट लेते रहो
Two decades back, it was more of a business intelligence, but then I have seen how business intelligence related requirements of our clients, of industry, of market, kind of evolved towards data lake concepts, and then eventually into predictive analytics, advanced analytics, and now we are hearing a lot around AI and ML, which is also the topic for today. So just I'm checking, am I allowed to share my screen, or is there a setting which needs to be done?
ग्रुप पे भेजिए हमें please.
I'm
No,
trying
you
to
have to
share the
present
screen.
it. It's here.
Sure. Let me know once my PPT is visible.
Assets
It's
visible.
visible.
Okay, great. So I took the liberty and actually just tweaked the topic. However, the concept remains the same, which is how the various use cases around data analytics, around AI ML are actually helping our clients, our businesses in particular, and I will try to stay focused during my discussion around manufacturing industry, but I may take certain examples from non-manufacturing industry as well, because as you will understand that while manufacturing industry, both discrete and process, have actually started adopting these concepts quite late, I would say. And with Industry 4.0, this whole digital transformation has actually taken a giant leap. But in parallel, whether it is banking, financial services, or even retail for that matter, has actually adopted AI concepts well, before even uh, we 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 have seen in the recent years. So I will try to balance the examples around these two focused areas. Moving on, AI is basically on the left side. The message is that all of us know that it's kind of changing the world, correct? I mean, it's a huge disruption which AI is bringing into our day-to-day life, as well as into the day-to-day operations of any business vertical, if we pick up. And the three things which are key is basically, one is trust, second is accountability, and third is deployment. Now, these are some of the challenges which through AI, and actually I would say through any technology transformation, these three areas are something which are always kind of questionable. Always we try to see how the systems can generate trust. uh, it's a credible system. It's giving an output which we can consider for our decision making. And finally, the deployment in terms of which business, which vertical, what kind of client sets data we can actually start using on for this technology deployment. On the right side, you can see that some of the anecdotes, and these are some of the surveys which PwC conducted globally with our clients, both in India and outside India. As you can see that 85% of the leaders think that in the next 5 years, AI is going to significantly change the way they operate in their domain. And the rest two data points are primarily around the need of
यूट्यूब पे
AI
ऑडियो नहीं आ रहा
post
क्योंकि
COVID.
मेरा ऑडियो बंद है यार यहाँ से.
Now, COVID during COVID, we have learned a lot, and one of the things which we have learned is that how to, uh, you know, uh, execute our business processes
यूट्यूब पे ऑडियो नहीं आ
without any disruption, without any human dependency,
रहा
and
रोज
अभी
that's
आएगा.
where this
अगर मैं
whole,
यहाँ से ऑन करूँगा अपना वीडियो तो इसको उठा के लेके जा रहा हूँ.
and specifically
इसको
advanced
जैसे
analytics,
मेरी तरफ मत देख, वीडियो ऑफ कर दे.
solutions,
यहाँ से अगर मैं
kind
वीडियो
of
ऑडियो ऑन
started
करूँगा तो
getting into
तब जाएगा.
much
कर दे
more
तू भेज
pilot
दीजिएगा
stages, POC
साले तुम
stages
लोग को प्रॉब्लम हो रही है ना.
during
तू
COVID
कर
and
दे भाई
post
कर
COVID,
दे
and now we are out of COVID. lots and lots of such use cases are ready to be deployed into the production environment, because as far as CXOs are concerned, for them, the whole operational efficiency improvement is directly linked with their bottom line as well as top line. Hence, AI is something which has gained so much interest both in the manufacturing as well as in a non-manufacturing organizations. Now, while globally it's if it's 65% adoption or desire to use AI or wanted to adopt AI, India is not far. I mean, 62%, and this again is from our survey, which kind of focus both on the India as well as the global businesses and the ecosystem. As you can see, there are 3 data points over here. One is, any form of AI, and AI can be in different shape and different form and different stages, which can be implemented. So 65% globally and 62% India accepted that. And second one is, in order to identify risk, is there any formal approach? Again, globally says 36%, and India is much ahead of it. And have no tools to assess security flaws in their system. So why the whole concept of risks or security is kind of discussed upfront in any AI project is that a lot of times when we run our both supervised and unsupervised AI models or algorithms, always there are certain outputs, correct, basis which you are going to take certain decisions. So at that juncture, it's always important to understand how credible the modeling outputs are, whether there are certain inherent risks which are kind of accumulated in the model, certain biases which are accumulated in the model. So do we have to run certain mitigation plans? Do we have to do lots and lots of testing, lots and lots of data validation before the model output can be given to business user to do their day-to-day decision making? So that's why this whole risk concept was also kind of taught to the data scientists at the start of their journey of model development itself. Second, this just wanted to further kind of stress on the timing, because we all know how electricity has transformed 100 years ago, but it's now being compared. AI is being compared to that same revolution, and all of us in our current role, whether you are a student and I am a professional, we are going to be impacted if we are not going to imbibe the various aspects related to the AI ML in our day-to-day operations. And hence, whether it is a student community who is learning and wanted to come out of the colleges and join the corporates like you guys, or it's businesses who are running their businesses for plenty of years, but now due to competition, due to operational challenges, due to revenue targets, pressures, due to competition, they are looking out for the various disruptive technologies. Or it's us who are professionals and who are consultants who are helping clients to provide solutions. We also need to kind of look into this whole potential from the business side of it, so that when this comes out of lab, because a lot of use cases are still in the lab, when it comes out of the lab, then definitely the business community, the corporates, the divisions are going to be benefited with it, and the various decision-making process will be streamlined. Pretty much a very useful disruptive technology or concept, which all the industries across the sectors are seeing in the recent times. I'm going to be a bit theoretical over here. So you have to read this slide from top to bottom. So you are must be reading the whole digitization, digital transformation, kind of buzzword. Now, what does that mean? So that means that if you take a digitization as a concept, there are always two elements to it. One, which says the automation, how much manual processes you are removing and bringing automation. And on the right side, how much data you are generating, which helps you to move to the value chain upward on the analytics path. So if you see on the automation path on the left side, from standardization, simplification, and then automation, finally, you are going to create a bot. So the automation path, the end goal is you are going to create a bot which is going to do the day-to-day operations or the manual work automatically, because the bot is being kind of configured in that sense. On the right side, from personalization to cognification and then the analytics, whether it is supervised or unsupervised machine learning algorithms, the final output is going to give a AI platform. On the left side, bot also started giving the data. On the right side, the whole analytics layer will start consuming the data and start helping the business stakeholders with the various decision making outputs, and enable them to take the right decisions in a faster and efficient manner. Now, how this whole two-way process help the as a business. Now, the four bullet points which are on the bottom of this slide is productivity. So so increase in the productivity, or increase or enhance customer experience, increase in your revenues, increase in the profits. So all the four key levers of any business, and this is not just manufacturing organizations or industrial product organization. This is like across the business. These are the four levers which, as you as students would also be learning, the impact on a shop floor is going to be if you have a better productivity. The impact on the front office, which is your sales organization or marketing organization, will enhance if you increase your customer experience, if you enhance or better the customer experience. And then revenues and profits are your top line and bottom line, which are your P&L and balance sheet. So this slide basically talks about two paths, one on the automation side, which leads to bots which start generating data. On the right side, analytics roadmap will help you to start consuming this data and help you to start taking decisions, which helps you to enhance these four levers of any business. Now, we are going to use this concept subsequent slides. So just want to make sure that this is well understood, because at the core of this is that your business operations has these four areas, and how automation or digital transformation or digital twins or the AI and ML or advanced analytic solutions will help is something which we need to continuously kind of gauge and understand. Moving on. So just a more explanation. You have to read this slide from left to right. So as you can see that from when we say automation could be a simple Excel-based certain macros which helps you to automate your task, to a more business process automation, which basically is that you have started integrating different applications and you have a software layer on top of it to kind of optimize your various workflows, your approval workflows. Moving on to your RPA, which is your robotics, which actually creates a bot and which will help you whether you are into a finance AP process, AR process. You are going to help by putting bots which are quite labor intensive processes, and then it helps you to do the duplicate to do the jobs which requires a lot of duplication. And finally, you are into the IPA, which is intelligent process automation. This is where the current the current requirements are coming in from businesses, that now since bots are there, my data is getting generated, how I can merge my bot with a layer of AI or analytics and create a supervised or unsupervised model which can help me to take certain decisions on a day-to-day basis. And finally, it's algorithmic business, which is still 2 to 3 years away, where even the supervision is not required. So it's kind of a combination wherein the algorithms will actually drive the entire CFO office decision making, entire sales, entire production planning, entire scheduling, entire warehousing, entire inventory storages, and all the decisions in terms of inventory optimization as well as the demand forecasting is kind of integrated together with your production scheduling, and that's where this whole complex algorithms will actually drive, and the systems can just support that particular intelligent layer, which is algorithmic business. So this is about the entire. Now, some organizations you will find when you read is still on first or second. On the extreme left side, if you see first or second stages, few are moving in the third stage, which is RPA, and few are actually now started moving into the IPA direction. So that's how this whole the whole RPA plus advanced analytics combination is driving the business business decisions. Moving on, similarly, so we just saw the automation part. Similarly, on the analytics path, as I said that 2 decades back, it was BI, which is more descriptive. Again, you have to read from left to right. That descriptive is basically, it says, basically what it means is that the event has already happened. So all the BI systems are built on a concept that every night the batch job will run, extract the relevant information from different source systems, update the data warehouse, and your dashboards are refreshed. Everything is done overnight, so that next day morning, when the CXOs open their dashboards, their underlying data warehouse, their underlying data extraction, data quality, all of that is kind of refreshed, and they can see what happened. So it's kind of a rear mirror. You can see what happened yesterday or day before yesterday or last year same time. That's all the BI piece, which is the first block on the left side. From there, today we are talking about the entire advanced analytics, near real-time analytics, on the edge analytics, which means that if your sensor, which is part of your Industry 4.0 setup in a manufacturing organization, gives a near real-time signal that the basis the historical data, basis the various thermal temperatures, basis the various adjacent parameters in the environment are behaving at that particular point in time. That sensor data can actually predict that there could be a fire in that particular workshop, or that particular sensor will fail, let's say in a big boiler, or a big machinery on the shop floor is going to fail in next 3 hours. So all of this is predictive, and then how you can take decisions basis this, and that's what it it's very common nowadays. Whatever I have said is something which already we have implemented at lots and lots of companies. These are all predictive analytics use cases. And then prescriptive, a very good example is this whole recommendation engine, whether all of us uses Google, Amazon, Netflix, all the basis the buying pattern, basis the our behavioral aspects, basis our social media presence. All of that data is accumulated, and then a recommendation engine actually recommends various products, services, movies, as part of the prescriptive platform. And then cognitive, it's basically the entire unsupervised AI. It will monitor, decide, and then act automatically on its own basis. Certain algorithm is still a far away, but at least first 4 blocks are already operational, and lots of businesses. This is just a snapshot that how the whole architecture from the BI to in the middle, on the left side BI to in the middle to big data, and on the right side to the advanced analytics is kind of evolved during last so many years. So traditional BI is now becoming more and more of data lake kind of environment, and there too on-prem versus cloud. So you are hearing a lot of cloud story. Now data is directly getting stored, both structured and unstructured, in data lakes on the cloud. So you don't need to have your infrastructure readiness on premises. And then on the right side, you can see all kinds of advanced analytics, data mining, machine learning, ML ops, all of that good stuff can be done directly on the cloud. So the one big takeaway for anybody who wanted to build his or her career into data science techniques or advanced analytics area is that which is on the right side. In order to do all kinds of advanced analytics stuff, you need to have a very robust middle layer, which is your data layer, which is your data lake, which is your data management platform. So a very important aspect for us to understand is that we cannot run our Python algorithms without a robust data management platform. So both goes hand in hand. We need to have a solid, robust data management platform, which is also known as data lake, and then your entire compute, your mathematical compute and algorithms which you run on top of this data management to give you the outputs. Again, cannot run needs to go into a dashboard kind of an environment, because understand why you are doing this. You are doing this for your end user who is a CXO, for example. Now CXO doesn't want to understand how your how complex is your data sources, how is your data quality, how is your data lake structure, what kind of R Python model you are running, whether you are running a linear regression or you are running a forest model. He or she doesn't bother. He or she will just look into his or her dashboard. So the takeaway from this slide is you need to have a good, robust data management. On top of it, you run your algorithms, and then the outputs needs to be demonstrated onto a good-looking dashboard, so that business users can take their decisions on a day-to-day basis. Moving on, these are some of the examples you can maybe note down, or you may be aware of it. This is lots and lots of content is available. Again, you have to read this from the left side, which is 90s towards 2000, and then next 5 years and 20 years. So you can focus primarily on the last 2 or 3 columns, wherein we are seeing embedded AI, collaborative AI on the new AI hardwares, because or the AI which is general AI, which is the quantum computing. You can see so many use cases, whether it's self-driving vehicles or electric vehicles, or brain computer interfaces, hospital in a box, or quantum computing, emotional robots. All of this is a combination of AI, uh, AI with hardware. So, so it's like your chips are already embedded with the algorithm, and then it gets inside, let's say, a robot, and then it will start functioning in a way which you want the robot to perform an activity, and you can also manage it, right? You can manage the algorithm, and this starts generating lots and lots of data as well. So it's a closed loop. You have created a robot start generating data, then you start using that data to continuously enhance the performance of your models, performance of your outputs. So what we are saying is that these are globally, these are the 8 technologies. AI is just one of them, if you see, but you have augmented reality, virtual reality, IoTs, blockchain, 3D, robotics, and drones. All these 8 technologies are actually coming together in some form or shape, and we call it Essential 8. And it's creating lots and lots of use cases, because it's a combination of hardware plus software, uh, on premises, on cloud. We have seen the emergence of metaverse. So metaverse is a clear-cut example of augmented reality as well as the virtual reality, and combination of with AI. Moving on, so these are some of the AI applications. We basically, you can, I'm sure you must be aware of it, like machine learning is common, deep learning, natural languages. Now, one of the thing which is coming up is the last one, which is a responsible AI. Now, what is responsible AI? Responsible AI is a concept which is driven by World Economic Forum around 2 years back globally, is that whenever you are defining an AI lab or AI use cases, you are supposed to make sure that the outputs are not biased. The outputs are, are neutral. It's not biased against people or process, and hence there has to be a governance mechanism, which we also call as ethical AI, so that the outputs are for the betterment of the society. This slide talks about, you have to, ensure from the left to right, if you see that you need to first understand that what all use cases you want to deliver, correct? And then before jumping onto or developing a use case, a lot of times we educate our users that they need to understand that what kind of outputs they are planning to get, whether it is going to give you a operational transparency, or this is going to give you a better customer experience, or it is going to give you a revenue enhancement, or it's going to help you with some new product development. So first understand what's the business outcome, and then work backwards to make sure your models, your modeling techniques, and also if there are any risks or regulatory requirements which you want to take care before jumping into developing any AI model. So this is just a kind of a framework, or kind of a slide which talks about your, while you are having a AI COE, but in that AI center of excellence, you need to make sure that there is a process, there is a governance mechanism, so that you are structured when you are starting any new initiative. So now one section was more on the concepts and where the whole applicability of the AI ML use cases are. Now the next section is I'm going to talk more around the use cases. some of the use cases will be from manufacturing, but as I said, some of them would be non-manufacturing as well. So there is a video over here. Let me know if you guys able to see it or hear the sound or not.
Construction companies and others running large-scale infrastructure projects need to monitor their site.
Is it audible?
Yes, sir, it's audible.
Great, thanks.
Precisely, and investors want evidence that their interests are secure. Project managers need to supervise assets spread over large areas, as deviations from design can bring costly delays later, and indisputable documentation is needed to protect against insurance claims and litigation. PwC is combining drone technology with artificial intelligence in a trusted data environment to help clients with these security-sensitive and complex projects. We use drones to continuously survey project sites, capturing both the big picture and the smallest detail. We train computers using specialized software and deep learning techniques to correctly identify people, machinery, and materials. Automating image processing plays to the strengths of man and machine. Machines process vast volumes of data at the click of a button and can pick out detail that the human eye cannot, saving businesses an impressive 67% in time and costs. Project managers, using accurate visualization from our proprietary geospatial app, can explore and monitor their data in real time and take immediate action to address even the minutest deviation from plan before problems escalate. Drone-powered solutions are being applied to other sectors with large-scale projects, such as agriculture for monitoring, security for surveillance and fast reaction times, and mining to support planning and exploration. Our innovations in advanced analytics are making the aspirational achievable for all kinds of businesses. Imagine the possibilities. We already are.
So this video talks about the capabilities of drone technologies, which is one of the essential 8, which I just talked about a few minutes back. Now, moving on, this is a slide which talks about use cases across sectors. As I said, if you want to just focus on one sector, then maybe manufacturing, which is the 4th one, you can look into it, and I'm sure you guys are talking about already, let's say, AI in supply chain. I was going through your website. It talks about some seminar and conferences which you guys are already attending, which is very important, because connected supply chain or AI in supply chain or digital twin, because of the COVID disruption, how the connected supply chains can ensure there is the production is happening across different factories without the raw material shortages. So yes, that's that, and the whole intelligent network of any supply chain at the back end can be kind of triggered or conceptualized using AI. Smart factories. This is basically your using Industry 4.0. I'm sure you guys have kind of exposure to that. And then digital operations. One thing which is also in digital operations coming up very fast is this entire mining operations, how the digital technologies are helping the entire mining operations, because mining is a process wherein it's very tough to reach some of the places, because of the terrain and because of the conditions. Hence, drones and the sensors are helping a lot in the digital operations for mines. And this I'm talking of in India. All the examples I'm giving is from India. Then predictive maintenance, very important that, uh, if using industry 4.0 concepts and with the proper sensors in place and the historical data backups, the whole AI can actually predict when a particular part of your machinery is going to break, and then and that message, that alert will also go to that OEM or that manufacturer who has implemented or whose product is used in that machinery, just to make sure that that particular product owner also understand that there is a important part in your factory is going to be down in, let's say, next 48 hours. So that trigger goes to them, and then their maintenance teams will also start working on the backups and the new product replacement if required. So that's the kind of integration we are talking here when it comes to predictive maintenance. Moving on, very good example wherein you can see that how AI is kind of helping our industry, let's say, automotive industry, insurance company. You can see this image wherein there is a vehicle which is damaged. Now, what this AI enabled app will do, that it will allow the user to click at certain angles the various photographs of the damaged area and upload those images into the machine learning repository on the cloud, and it will run against the algorithms, the make of the car, the type of the car, and the kind of damages done at different edges. The app will be able to detect the severity, and it will also identify which all auto parts needs to be replaced, and then it will give an estimate of the total cost. Now see, there is no human intervention involved. It's just that the person has to take the pics and then upload, and rest all is taken care by the AI engine or deep learning engine at the back end. Next, payments. Before you make a payment on a point of sale outlet, if you put a threshold, then the whole fraud detection model using AI will be triggered, and it will make sure that the payment doesn't go through. So it's all depending on the buying behavior, buying pattern of you as an individual. The algorithm will decide whether this particular payment is authorized by you or not. This is a outside India story wherein a robo-taxi ride-sharing fleet. So this is, I think, Europe, wherein the whole simulation model was required was created to understand that if this particular business model comes into play, which is basically a taxi ride sharing, then whether that business model will be profitable or not. So it actually uses a lot of synthetic data, and that it performs a lot of scenario-based analysis using AI, and to give a near to market kind of a predictions whether the whole business model is relevant or not in the context. You can change a lot of parameters. You can change distances between two places, where exactly the taxi ride sharing fleet will be there, whether it's electric vehicle, non-electric vehicles, etc., etc. But then the simulation models or the scenario analysis will give will help you to to proceed or not to proceed with the business model. This is like, you know, Netflix of the world. This it's pretty much a recommendation engine which actually take into account your you know, patterns, the way you are visualizing the various movies and various OTT on the OTT platform, various programs, and using the data analysis and the predictive engine technologies, it helps to give you a recommendation engine, which we are seeing in Netflix and Prime Videos anyway. This is on the pharma side. Lots and lots of data is getting generated during the new drug discovery. So how to use that? How to efficiently perform a drug discovery process by analyzing the clinical data is something which AI and machine learning technologies are helping nowadays the pharma companies. This is from manufacturing, wherein I just talked about it, wherein, you know, the asset failure or, you know, predicting the occurrence of any machine failure, very important you know, technique, and it helps to not only reduce the schedule maintenance cost, but it also helps to make sure that, you know, your deliveries are not hampered, your production is not hampered, and your customer end of the day is happy customer. AI is also used, just this is just for your information, that SDG, which is Sustainable Development Goals. It's a United Nations initiatives wherein every country needs to monitor their SDG goals, and AI is actually helping in these areas already, whether it's you know, electric vehicles or energy grid, and because the solar grids requires lots and lots of data analysis. So AI is there. Smart agriculture, all the way from you know, predicting the crop diseases to the farm. So from farm to the market, the entire value chain is enabled by AI. Or it's weather forecasting or climate modeling. Lots and lots of climate models are now created using AI as a technology. And during disaster response, yes, again, AI and data analytics platforms not only predict the disaster but also help with the underlying supply chain mechanism for during disaster. And then lots and lots of ocean data related to the marines are kind of stored, and the analysis is done basis the upcoming weather issues, or due to the pollution issues, or the various you know, wildlife or the ocean life getting impacted due to the pollution. So this weather forecasting, climate, and earth management platform both are kind of work hand in hand. That's all I have. Thank you very much. Now it's open for the question answer.
Thank you so much, sir, for preparing this deck and delivering such an engaging session. I would request all the students to post their questions, or feel free to raise your hands if you have any questions or queries. So, meanwhile, I'll also request Professor Rakesh Verma, Professor Hema ma'am, and Professor Debradita Das to share their views.
I'm really thankful to you, sir, for such engaging session. And in a very short span, you have given the holistic approach and integrated framework of the technologies along with the real life use cases. So I think it is it's a pack full of learning. So students have got a lot of exposure, or their innovative ideas, they got a good stimulating and all. They can think of all the different applications and how to apply these different technologies. So it was a wonderful session, and it's a great learning for the students.
Thank you, Tim.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Myself, Rakesh Verma. I just wanted to have something like we talked about something very positive about artificial intelligence, but we'd like to know what is the dark side of artificial intelligence.
Sure. So I will actually, I was waiting for this question, sir. thanks for raising. I will actually not talk about theory, but if somebody wants to kind of deep dive on this point which sir mentioned, there is a concept called responsible AI. There is a concept called ethical AI. So there are tons and tons of material which students can refer. But I will talk what I have read some time back, a kind of a use case which one of the leading software company, I will not be able to name that company, it's a global software company, in their AI lab, they have done that they have created two robots, okay, and both the robots were supposed to kind of start kind of talking to each other, or start emotionally connected with each other, or start behaving with each other, correct? That was the whole project all about, because this will involve a lot of NLP, deep learning, text to speech, speech to text, and all of that is required. So this was in the lab, and after 6 months, what happened that they for first 6 months they were able to kind of talk to each other, and they were kind of pretty responsive to each other's gestures. But after, and they all robots are connected with so many supercomputers, and because all the data elements are captured, correct? I mean, whatever they are saying, whatever, because it's part of a research project. After some point in time, I think after 6 months, what they have realized that 50% of their language, they the students or the researchers unable to interpret. So robots started talking in their own language, in their own verbiage, or in their own vocabulary, which was not kind of decrypted. It was all encrypted. And after 9 months, that 50% at least they were able to understand. But after 9 months, the entire conversation went blank, dark, and nobody was able to comprehend what they are saying. And the end of goal, which was supposed to be a good goal, eventually landed up that they have to scrap that project. They have to actually literally pull the plugs out of the robot's back, because they were part of a big network and they don't know what kind of virus or what kind of things may lead this up to. So just an example you mentioned, sir, so I thought, okay, and similar examples are there from autonomous vehicles perspective. We all could just read that, and I mean it's definitely if there are 10 use cases which are good, then equally 10 use cases are there, examples are there which are not so good. So ethical AI, responsible AI is a very, very deep framework. That's why World Economic Forum actually has come up with their framework that any AI enabled use case, if it's coming in the market for the citizens for a normal use, has to follow that framework.
So is it because of not having a right kind of a data and right amount of a data?
So, sir, yes. So one of the key success factor for any AI or advanced analytics program is to have a robust, historical data. Correct. Now, a lot of times now there are techniques wherein you can create data also. Correct. I mean, you can there is a synthetic data preparation exercise also. There are certain softwares which you can do. So even if you do not have the live data of the past, you can artificially create it.
Yes.
I would like to share my major concern. Like, I'm working in the field of even green artificial intelligence. and at one point, how to take it forward, the technological advancements and putting the burden on the environment. So where the break even will be, that's again a major concern. And to utilize all these integrated technologies, I think we'll have to really work on those softwares which are very energy efficient softwares. So
Yeah.
there also, that is again a new domain is emerging, how these technologies can be green technologies. That is also one of the major concerns. And the AI applications for the security purpose and all, like say how it, the other side is how the it can be misused and how to prevent that. So some like say resolutions are required for the usage of this, how to control that, that is another major thing, because hackers and all the criminals and the cyber attacks and all is going to happen.
Yeah.
At one point it will be the advancement, other point it is which is the requirement of the day, and the environment is getting burdened, the crime rate can increase. Again, the new concepts of the supply chain, like say cloud computing supply chain, then software supply chain, these are all the things are also emerging. So how to really keep a strike a balance of all these things, it's a big challenge. And I think now the new areas will again emerge
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
control all these aspects.
Yeah. No, ma'am, you rightly articulated a lot of points. You have actually touched upon very sensitive points as well. The first point which you mentioned, I would like this whole, clean AI, correct? I mean, in fact, there is a proverb which says AI for sustainable development goals, but there is also a proverb which says that clean AI. Even if you are using AI for to achieve your climate goals, even that process actually leads to lots and lots of consumption of data. Data centers. It is actually also creating a lot of carbon footprint for you. So because just there were certain calculators that if you have to run a simple 100-line code of an algorithm, it consumes lots and lots of energy. Now that's another footprint you are leaving. You are working towards SDG goals to for betterment of your environment, but while doing that, you anyway are running your AI algorithms, machine learning algorithms, which are very heavy duty algorithms on the servers, which are emitting so much energy. In fact, that remind me another example. So again, one of the cloud provider has actually started putting their entire data center inside ocean. They have actually put their entire data center. It's a pilot right now in somewhere in Europe to put entire data center in the ocean. It's a cloud data center, so that they don't have to run ACs. They don't have to run air condition to cool the data centers. They want to use the water resources, oceans, to cool, at least cool and save some energy. So yes, that's a very concerning topic. Number one. Number two, yes, cyber threats or cyber attacks, all of this is definitely again the whole technology is vulnerable, correct? I mean, whether you look into a connected car concept, we know that the whole car is actually a chip now, correct? I mean, you can actually, it's so much automated that somebody from outside can control a car, because everything is so connected. It's all data is transmitted to the cloud. And in India itself, we are seeing so many now cars which are with the sensors and chips. Car itself is a computer. It can be hacked.
Yeah.
So yes, cyber security threats are there. Energy crisis is there. Climate issues are there. But I mean, this is where the whole disruption. This is where the whole concept is leading us to.
One major concern, again, I'll have to share because, sir, you already mentioned about the drone technology. So, as a part of Center of Excellence in Logistics and Supply Chain Management, I'm heading that center. And we have incubated one startup, which is a drone startup. Of course, we have used for this intelligent agriculture application also, like sprinkling and, identifying the crop. And also we are working on those AI ML algorithms also, like how much of pesticide should be controlled, how it can be controlled. So already we are making it more and more intelligent. But since being a center of excellence, we want to utilize it for the supply chain and plus specifically for the last mile delivery and all. But considering, like say, we will not get, definitely we will not get permission. So there will be very restricted areas where drone can be really utilized for the last mile delivery. But because of all the other, how they can be used for the criminal applications also. And because of that, we are not able to understand that how we can make it. In fact, we would be really happy that if for the drone or any AI ML applications and all, if any research tech ups and all further we want to take jointly, we'll be really happy to do it because working on that drone startup, as I already mentioned, and we are finding it very difficult to create the use cases also because of all the stringent regulations, and which is mandatory, which is required. It can be only used in a hilly area where no human beings are there, but there also there is a risk that if somebody is using that drone for other malfunctioning and all, then also it will be a problem. So there's one point, there is a technology in India, such an unorganized sector. In fact, trucking agency and multimodal logistics, specifically truck to rail or rail to sea or any other mode and all. Drone is the best actually transportation mechanism, but still, we have a lot of hurdles we are facing and how to overcome and all these are all the challenges. So I'm working in the AI field. I myself did my PhD in AI, but I'm not able to get any solution. And that's why I thought that if you have some ideas to share to the students, they can get some new avenues open for them also. These are all the emerging areas. So
correct. No, I agree, ma'am. I mean, and drone in itself is a topic, on which we can discuss and debate the use cases. We can spend full day and, across sectors. And you rightly said agriculture. Even I think in some time we are going to see another policy from Government of India on the usage of drones. I think that's also in making. Maybe that will help in some form and shape. But yes, so you talked about in agriculture. So I was in one of the session with this last Saturday in Vigyan Bhavan, wherein this All India Center for Robotics and Automation (ICRA) has launched a global AI event, and one of the topic there was AI in agriculture and using drones, etc. And this was also discussed, the point which you mentioned. And another point which is of point of interest for you maybe is that how we can now start using drones to capture the crop images. That's the next set, since you are already working on sites and all of that. One of the major disadvantage or major issue which farmers right now are facing across India is that this whole diseases, the crop diseases, and there is no mechanism in place right now to predict a crop disease. Now, state of Telangana, state of Rajasthan has started some initiatives wherein they can, using the remote sensing techniques and the GIS techniques and certain high resolution cameras, they can capture, at least one cycle of the, let's say paddy or tomato or, maize, one cycle of the images. Because again, like sir mentioned about data, again, to have predict the crop disease, you need to have some underlying data, correct? So at least a 1 year crop cycle data is required, so that you can run your drone-based, technologies to predict any diseases in the future. So that could be another use case, ma'am.
Yeah. In fact, I'm in Delhi, sir. Tomorrow we'll be attending the meeting. Piyush Goyal sir also is there. So it's an annual meeting. Okay. I have come to Delhi now.
Okay.
So the again major issue is to increase the economy of the India. A lot of SMEs and all are there, and of course they are actually they are getting outsourced manufacturing processes from the all the global companies as well. But again, there is integrated framework is not there, specifically the quality aspects, how to link the data. They are at a scattered locations and also if the companies are outsourcing then the production, but again lot of other aspects are there. So how again the AI can be utilized for such type of integrated framework for the MSMEs and all. So that is also again, and that will really help to boost the Indian economy. And I think we can all together work in those directions also, because
Yes, ma'am.
lot many MSMEs are there and they are having all the innovative ideas, but they don't have platform, they don't have technology. So I mean how to do it? So many national level questions are there, and I think the corporate excellence like so all the stalwarts like you and all, they will be able to help together with the academic institute all this national level problems.
Sure, ma'am. Happy to assist, ma'am. Just my email ID is there in the school, in the college records. Please feel free to let me know how I can discuss further and how we can, collaborate further. Happy to assist, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. I guess Aishwarya, that's all, or
That's all question.
Can I go ahead? Yeah, thank you, sir,
Yeah.
for the insightful talk. I'm faculty in the analytics and data science area, along with Hema ma'am and Rakesh sir. So you will be happy to know that this year onwards, we have included this subject AIML as a core subject in our curriculum. So along with the first year courses. So we have data science in the first module, then AIML in the second module, which they will be learning now. Those are in the first year. So we have understood the importance of it. So these courses have been brought up. And thank you for this insightful talk, like specifically the responsible AI, which you have talked about it. I think it was very much needed considering the way AML is growing. So this part was really useful. And then I have one question, like it's not a question, just I want your comment and feedback. A few months back, I was doing a survey like how SME, like small medium enterprises, are adopting this Industry 4.0 AI and other technological solutions. But the issue what we have found out, specifically in Indian context, because labor is very cheap. So if they want to have like Industry 4.0 or bigger automation or technology, they cannot afford it. But if they can afford, but then they will think, why should I invest? So it's a very common question. So what would be your solution? Like how can we convince SMEs, specifically in Indian context, to adopt this technology? Yeah.
Correct. No, I agree. It's right now it's a costly proposition. You are talking about MSME. I will actually tell from my experience. Even top manufacturing companies also are still in process. Of adopting certain advanced technologies like AI, ML, or even for that matter, Industry 4.0. Because we need to understand that historically, as I told, also mentioned in the earlier part of my talk, that historically, the entire industrial / manufacturing organizations were only focusing on getting an ERP in place. Okay, now if you look back 20 years or 25 years, the whole focus was only on the ERP system, how their production planning can be done from system, how their entire inventory management, their sales management, point of sales data, their vendors, suppliers, all of that. They want to have a comprehensive ERP in place, SAPs, Oracles, Microsofts of the world, correct? Now, what has happened is that once that is done, the whole ancillary processes around ERPs were started doing all kinds of gut based decision making or Excel based decision making. And from their perspective, it's working fine, correct? I mean, it becomes very difficult to change that perception that now you have this whole, you have a data, you are sitting on so much data of your own company, correct? Because ERP generates data of last 20 years. Now is the time when you should start getting insights in this data. You should start using analytics layer. You should start making decisions basis not just gut or Excel sheets or some manual process, but on from a system driven insights. You know, whether it's production plan, or whether it's vendor integration, or whether it's demand forecasting, or whether it's inventory optimization. These are very basics, correct? I mean, very basics use cases of advanced analytics. So that's one. Second is then this whole preventive maintenance, correct? I mean, this whole preventive maintenance has started gaining so much attention in last few years now, because you know, large boilers, or you know, even the oil and gas companies, both downstream and upstream companies, if you see, they have such a 24/7 operations, correct? You guys know better than me that even 1 hour of downtime will actually impact their entire value chain, their customer experience, their delivery schedules, everything will be impacted, correct? So a huge advantage for them if they predict the downtime, if they can predict the maintenance for that particular machine. So these are the use cases which are very impactful. And while the whole ERP data and then insights is one aspect, the second is more on the preventive maintenance, predictive maintenance, and then of course use of IoT sensors in their industry 4.0.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Aishwarya,
We have some questions from students as well. Now, Aishwarya, you can ask.
Yeah, sure, sir. So, Himanshu, sir, we have a couple of questions from the students. So, I'll just quickly go through the questions. So, the first question is from Yash. He's asking how companies having low digital maturity can prepare themselves for bringing in AI and ML in their processes.
Correct. So like I just explained, I think this explanation holds for this question as well, that from ERP era to, you know, to the analytics, and then from analytics towards AI ML, you know, companies their maturity level is kind of increasing from left to right, from ERP to let's say BI reports, then the advanced analytics, and then the AI ML. So it's a journey. Nobody can do AI ML if they don't have a robust ERP in place, robust data management in place. It goes back to the same question, that how good quality data you are capturing from there, either from your ERP or from your systems or through sensors. And then you know, we can have a digital maturity curve can be created for them.
So the next question is from Shubham. He's asking, moving towards AI ML techniques in manufacturing, what could be the low-hanging fruits which can provide high success with low investment and low efforts?
Yeah, one of the things which as a baby step, or as a step one, which we generally have seen manufacturing companies do, is that their entire sales and production and inventory data, and of course finance and HR also, all these 3, 4, 5 key functional data sets which is available in the multiple systems, either on the ERP or on the CRM side, needs to be integrated together into a data warehouse or data lake kind of a concept. That's a step one. That's very essential to do any kind of advanced analytics work, or even for that matter a simple business intelligence work. So that's the first step, I would say, which is a low hanging and which can quickly give some kind of dashboards also to the top management to start generating interest in the whole concept.
Okay. So, sir, we have a few more questions, but because of the time constraint, I'll try to consolidate all the questions and, get back to you through email or other media platforms. So,
Sure.
sir, it was really an engrossing session, like how you touched various aspects of AI ML use cases, like right starting from the frameworks and like covering different industries like mining, pharmaceuticals, manufacturing, media, and entertainment. So I was really amazed, and I could not even move my attention for even a second from the screen. That was like it was so riveting. So I would request Hema ma'am now to conclude the session with the vote of thanks.
Sure. Thank you, Aishwarya. Sir, before I really start formal vote of thanks and all, I just wanted to share one concern about that manufacturing execution systems we are talking about, because they are pretty good doing the real-time decision making and predictive analysis and descriptive, all that. But they are restricting to the manufacturing process. So I think, can we think of something like the systems which can be considering the end-to-end supply chain, right from the customer requirements, and that will really pretty help to the MSMEs also, because majority of times at the MSMEs, they are not understanding like what are the customer requirements. So they are just producing, but they don't know if they want to sell the goods in a different country. So what are the tests of those the countries, different countries, and how the product can be customized. So I was thinking, rather than just focusing on to the manufacturing execution systems, I think we will have to. It's a need of the hour. Like we can have some end to end, right from the customer till the products are delivered, including the logistics. We would require broader what to name, I don't know, but it will be the system which will be actually it's a bigger version of the manufacturing execution system. So I think that also we would have to really focus on. So right from job shop scheduling to customer angle to logistics, everything can be integrated. It's a one point solution.
Correct. So, ma'am, just quick response on this. There are nowadays very small boutique mini ERPs are available in the market, and these are all cloud enabled, already cloud enabled ERPs. Even Microsoft has very good boutique of products. So these are very cost effective solutions, and we are seeing a lot of MSMEs as well now started getting into this whole cloud-based ERPs, because one, it is a subscription-based, easy to implement, and second, it requires it's all OPEX. There is no CapEx, very minimal CapEx. It comes as a OPEX. So MSMEs have started adopting these ERPs already. We are also seeing, we are working with lots and lots of them already. So that's a step one, I would say, because that will give some automation in their setup, and also it will help to at least start collecting or generating the data. Okay. And then all these decisions which you said, whether to export or not, or identify the newer markets, newer products, customer base, all of that can be analyzed if they have their own
I'm really thankful to you for your valuable time, and in spite of your busy schedule, you have taken out the time and you have delivered such a wonderful presentation, such an insightful, and it's a very crisp and covering the entire so many use cases across different verticals. It was really amazing. I'm really thankful for all this wonderful insights, and I'm sure the students had a great learning. All these use cases, they might have definitely remembered it. They will remember it throughout their corporate excellence also, because they are going to use all this knowledge also for their future corporate journey also. And this will be the great learning for the students. I'm thankful to our team, Avartan, our administration and faculty, and all who are directly and indirectly supported this us to make this event successful. Of course, my actually thanks and appreciation to the Gamma Forum They have identified the right topic and they have really organized this event in a very wonderful way. And a big round of applause to them also. And who else? The students, 350 students who are patiently listening to all these talks, and without them this event would never be successful. So I'm really thankful to all the students who are really attending, and they are actually interacting, and they were enthusiastically asking the questions, but because of the short of time we couldn't take all the questions. So I'm thankful to all of you, whosoever is getting involved directly, indirectly and all. Thanks a lot for this wonderful.
Will take. I just talking to students, and I go to a lot of colleges, and I take such sessions on a regular basis. But must also admit this is first time I am kind of talking to a gathering of students of 350. It touched more than 350 actually, 330, 340. So it's great pleasure for me as well, great experience, and looking forward to add value into your journey, and best wishes to all of you, and thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks, Aishwarya.
Thank you so
Wonderful.
much.
Thank you all of
Actually,
Ma'am and
Actually,
sir, I would like to request all of you to stay back for a moment so that we can capture a picture.
Yeah. Request Himanshu sir also.
Yeah. Harsh, can you contact Himanshu sir if he's on the call or not?
yeah, I think he got disconnected.
Let's postpone.
Okay.
Okay, leave it. Okay, we can end it here. ऐश्वर्य को मैसेज कर दो ना कि it's
Can you reach out to him like right now or?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Actually, he's on a call.
We can wait for a minute, no issues, because he is main player. Yeah.
But you have taken one screenshot you have taken.
We
Okay.
taken it. Okay, fine.
okay fine.
That's fine. Yes, yes.
yeah,
Yeah, also we have taken.
Yeah, but I think then it's fine. No need of disturbing him now once again. Yes, yes.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Sure,
Okay.
sir. So yeah, okay. We may proceed to end the call then, right? Yeah.
Yes, and we should thank Hema ma'am. She is in Delhi official trip, but still she is joining from hotel. Thank you, ma'am, for your support.
My
Thank you,
pleasure.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can we log off?
Yes.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
नहीं एंड ऑल का ऑप्शन होता है फिर उधर पे एंड ऑल का ऑप्शन होगा एंड मीटिंग फॉर ऑल वीडियो ऑप्शन और एंड मीटिंग के बगल में एरो होगा ये ना एंड मीटिंग फॉर ऑल
हेलो डी लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग ऐड कर दे
गाइस अबे यार कितना जल्दी निकला मैं वो फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गया मैं